Well, hey there, people. How the heck are you doing? I hope you're doing good. I do. Well, I'm here to talk about Dr. Shiva a little bit more. Dr. Shiva is going to tell you 31 things about cannabis. Whoa, what a guy. Man, you go, Dr. Shiva. Man, you're so cool. Going to tell us 31 things about cannabis. Well, I'm here to tell you some things that Dr. Shiva won't tell you about cannabis. I'm convinced that Dr. Shiva will not tell you because he keeps ducking me. Yeah. Why are you ducking me, Dr. Shiva? Are you afraid to talk to a real cannabis expert? Dr. Shiva is going to tell you if he tried cannabis. Yeah. And what effect it had. He already told you he tried it because he's going to tell you what effect it had on him. Ooh, you tried it. Wow, you're an expert now, aren't you? Whoa. But you don't want to talk to a real expert, do you? Dr. Shiva's not going to tell you about Ethan Dean. Dr. Shiva is not going to tell you about optimal oral health with cannabis formulations. Dr. Shiva is not going to tell you how government has put this man through hell for near 8 years because I discovered optimal oral health with cannabis. Yeah, rejuvenate your lost gum tissue. And when that happens, when those gum tissues grow back, what do we see? We see pink, strong, healthy gum tissues and tooth realignment. You got a gap between your teeth. Time and time again, we see these gaps close when the gum tissues grow back. Dr. Shiva's not going to tell you that. I guarantee it. He's not going to tell you that we prevent gum tissue loss. He's not going to tell you that we remove calcified oral plaques. I bet he's not going to tell you that according to a heart surgeon who gave a lecture at an international oral health conference, finds oral plaques in the high pressure ventricle of 90% of his heart patients. Dr. Shiva is probably not going to tell you that. We prevent calcified oral plaques. We remove calcified oral plaques with cannabis formulations. What kind of formulations? All kind of formulations. Formulations to take at nighttime when you're getting ready to go to sleep. Hi, Susan. Glad you could join. Cannabis formulations when you wake up in the morning to kickstart your brain, put some energy into your body. No, he's not going to tell you that. No, he's not. I'm sure of it because he doesn't know unless he's listened to me. But he don't want to talk to me. Oh, goodness gracious. What else isn't he going to tell you? He's going to tell you 31 things. What else isn't he going to tell you? I'm thinking after I listen to his 31 things video, I'm going to come out with a 31 things that Dr. Shiva did not tell you about cannabis. I think that's what I'm going to do. But right now, I'm going to tell you a few things that I'm really sure he's not going to tell you about. He's not going to tell you that cannabis formulations put a protective coating on your teeth that seal the micropores, the microcavities that is impermeable by acidics. Apple cider vinegar. Oh, drink it through a straw. Don't let it touch your teeth because the acidics are going to harm the enamel on your teeth. Right? Huh. Come on. It does. It does. How do I know? Because I tested it. How did you test it, Ethan? Well, I took the cannabis oil and I put out a dab and then I dimpled it so it would hold fluid. I put apple cider vinegar in it and I let it sit for hours. Didn't touch it. Didn't touch it. Didn't soften it. Didn't loosen it. Didn't touch it. How about that? So then Dr. Shiva's probably not going to tell you that getting that oral plaque out of your mouth is going to take away that nasty breath, that terrible morning breath. He's probably not going to tell you that your gums will stop bleeding within a week. He's not going to tell you the story of the nonstop government attacks from the highest levels to the lowest levels and levels all in between, shutting down international banking to our brothers in the north, in Canada, our brothers in Jamaica, shut down their banking because they committed to me. He's not going to tell you that the National Institute of Health ignored my submission. And the very same month that I went to jail, the National Institute of Health funded $1.8 billion to rejuvenate lost gum tissue, but they kept that a secret because they did it under a false title of revolutionizing the root canal. Why? Well, probably because they didn't want to get my attention. Yeah, they didn't want me to know about that. No, because I was patent pending at the time. I was patent pending at the time. So I go to jail charged with many felonies. And the National Institute of Health ignores my submission, funds $1.8 billion, billion with a B, $1.8 billion to rejuvenate lost gum tissue under the title of revolutionizing the root canal. Yeah, revolutionizing the root canal. Because Ethan Dean, he ain't going to pay no attention to that. Wow, oh, they got that wrong. Because that really had my interest. Why? Well, those calcified oral plaques that we prevent and or remove with cannabis formulations, those little buggers, they're breeding grounds for bacteria. They're actually formed by carbohydrates, saliva, and bacteria. Dr. Shiva's probably not going to tell you this, that cannabis breaks the bond, prevents a bond from happening. One lady used mouth rinse, and she came in to tell me, she said, Ethan, I thought my teeth were falling apart, but it was just the calcified plaque coming off of my teeth. She's chewing it as crunch, 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 right? She thinks her teeth are coming apart on her. It was just the calcified plaques breaking loose and coming off in chunks like little stones, like little rocks. Oh my goodness. And those plaques are home for bacteria. They're breeding grounds for bacteria. And that bacteria is a living organism. And it excretes acidics into your mouth. Right there on your teeth, right there on your gums, right there underneath your gums. Giving you that nasty breath, those bleeding, painful gums, those receding gums, and those decaying teeth. And when those teeth decay, the dentist gets in there and he does what he does. And then it gets worse and it gets worse. And then you need a root canal. And that's where the real hell happens. Because every tooth has 2 to 6 miles of tubal, depending on the size of that tooth. And when that nerve is alive, you got proper flow. But when the nerve in that tooth is dead, there's no flow. No. And that bacteria can sit 5 side by side for 2 to 6 miles. And while it's sitting in there side by side, it ain't just sitting there. It is morphing into extremely toxic bacteria, more toxic, more lethal than cyanide. And when it's in a molar, the immense pressure of chewing, Dr. Thomas Levy teaches us that is more effective than a syringe at delivering those toxins directly into your lymphatic system. Mr. Shiva, Dr. Shiva is a systems guy. But he ain't going to tell you how cannabis will prevent plaques from getting into your high pressure ventricle, causing 90% of heart attacks. He's not going to tell you about how those plaques cause tooth decay, leading to root canals, 15 million of them every year in the United States. 15 million! Oh, the American Dental Association, they're so happy. 15 million this year, 15 million last year, 15 million the year before, 15 million year on year. When are we going to hit 16 million? You got to quit killing off the population if you want to get to 16 million. Good God. Dr. Shiva ain't going to tell you this. I'm sure of it. He's a systems guy. He's not going to tell you about how cannabis can protect your lymphatic system from these toxins. He's not going to tell you how malnourished your endocannabinoid system is, and that when your endocannabinoid system is nourished, you can't get high on marijuana. It's impossible. And when you have a nourished endocannabinoid system, Dr. Shiva, not only are you protecting your lymphatic system, you are boosting your immune system. You're giving your immune system powers it didn't have before. Mr. Systems guy. Inventor of email? Come on, tell us about cannabis. You're so smart. You don't need to talk to a cannabis expert, do you? No, because you know 31 things about marijuana, and you want people to pay for it. I give my information for free. Free. I share my formulations. I share my patent. I share my trade secrets. Why? Because government won't quit attacking me. And Dr. Shiva won't tell you that. He won't tell you that there isn't a cannabis business in this world that will engage with me. Why? Because they're smart. They don't want to be attacked the way I've been attacked. They don't want their business destroyed the way my businesses have been destroyed. They don't want their lives destroyed the way my life has been destroyed. But Dr. Shiva, Mr. Systems Guy, isn't going to tell you about the system that destroys people like me. No, he's not going to do it. Unless you pressure him to do it. Go put comments in his videos. Ask him, what kind of a systems guy is he? How come he doesn't want to talk about cannabis as it relates to the prison system, the jail system, the judicial system, the dental system, the medical system, the lymphatic system, the endocannabinoid system, the immune system? Mr. Systems Guy, Mr. Shiva, come on, buddy. Pick up that phone and call me. I'm still waiting for you to call me right back. Because that's what he said. Because I got his number and I called him and he answered. I said, Dr. Shiva, thanks for picking up. This is Ethan Dean. Can I call you right back? Please. Click. I'm waiting, Dr. Shiva. That's what you pulled on me like over a year ago. And that's what you pulled on me the other day. What kind of a system of communication do you have? A dead system. My God. So you see, I just been stewing on this a little bit, but I've been really busy and really preoccupied diving down some rabbit holes and coming up with some really good information. And I'm going to keep on bringing forward. That's right, because we are going to show you people how to own your authority. We are. We're going to show you how to crush this demonic system. We're going to show you how to ship your vessel. We're going to show you how to be untouchable. But right now, the primary focus of this is systems. Systems of denial. Systems of oppression. Systems of bullshit. Because that's what Dr. Shiva is, in my opinion. But Dr. Shiva, I will apologize and make a correction if I'm wrong. All you got to do is pick up that phone and call me. Hit them keypads and send me an email. Get that little thing in your hand and send me a text message. Hit me up on Telegram. I ain't hard to get a hold of, buddy. I'm not. And I'm not hard to talk with either. And I am a cannabis expert. As a matter of fact, I am the world's leading authority on optimal oral health with cannabis, and I have held this title for 8 years. Why? Well, what kind of grades did you get in high school, Ethan? Well, let's see. My senior year of high school, I had 4 hours of auto shop. I had a drama class, and I'm not sure what else. Maybe an independent hour of auto shop. Yeah, I couldn't spell worth a dang. I couldn't write worth a dang. I never did algebra. I mean, I had algebra, but I failed. But I still passed to the next, went from freshman to sophomore to junior to senior and graduated. Just barely got by. If it wasn't for auto shop, which they don't have in school anymore, if it wasn't for auto shop, photography, drama, wood shop, metal shop, I'd have failed. I'd have failed high school. And I've only been learning really how to spell in the last 20 years, 30 years because of spell check on the computer. Oh, I've learned so much about spelling because of that spell check. And because I've had to do so much writing, I've had to do so much reading to defend myself, to educate myself, to do the things that I do today. Oh, yeah, it was my life's dream to be an oppressed, suppressed, attacked whistleblower. Because that's what it made me. It made me a whistleblower. Yep. Just call me Mr. Whistler. Government sucks. It does. It really does. What am I going to do about it? I'm going to keep doing what I do. I'm going to keep bringing it forward. And I'm waiting for the day that my friends are no longer afraid to associate with me. I'm going to do it until business associates are no longer afraid to associate with me. I'm going to do it until the day I crush this evil conspiracy that's putting all of you through a hellish life. That's right. We're going to collect these demons up and we are going to send them straight to hell where they belong. We are. Because love wins. Love wins. And I love doing what I'm doing because God asked me to do it. God lifted me up right off of my deathbed. Oh, I was checking out. My oral health I was down for the count. It already took my younger brother, and I was right there. But I had a discovery. And then I started asking a lot of questions. And then I started getting my toxic teeth removed. And for 3 years plus, I've been getting younger and stronger and healthier and smarter and more upset and more determined than ever before. So here we are, talking about the things that Dr. Shiva is not going to tell you. And I'm pretty sure after he tells us 31 things about cannabis, like where did it come from originally? Oh, and he's let's see, he's going to talk with you about all the studies, the thousands and thousands of studies. But I don't think he's going to tell you how polluted peer review science is. He may or may not tell you that the vast majority of those studies were designed to find something wrong, harmful with cannabis. I'd be really surprised if he tells you that, but that is the fact. That is the truth. What else, Dr. Shiva, probably not going to tell you about cannabis? It was right here a second ago, but it just kind of right out the window. Oh, my goodness. Dr. Shiva, inventor of email, super genius. Going to talk to you about cannabis. 31 things. He's going to tell you, he's going to tell you the difference of cannabis today from the 60s. I'm going to take a guess, an educated guess, that Dr. Shiva is going to tell you the marijuana from today is so much more potent than the marijuana from the 60s. Well, yeah, if you're taking the scrag weed samples that they grew for research. Yeah, the marijuana today doesn't even compare with that scrag shit they researched. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, when they exhumed tombs 2,000 years old and they find cannabis inside the tomb, they're able to analyze it. Oh, but it doesn't have any THC. What? No THC? Why? Well, because it's all degraded. It's become CBN. So they can analyze that CBN to determine what was uh, um, the level of THC. Yeah, that's what. But Dr. Shiva's not going to tell you that. No, I bet you he's going to give you some kind of twisted, oh, the marijuana today is so much more potent than it was in the 60s. And I call bullshit if that's what he tells you, but my educated guess is that's what he's going to tell you. He's probably not going to tell you how evil seed to sale tracking is, because that's just something to get you comfortable with being tracked from the time you're born till the time you die, because you're just chattel in the government's eyes. You're just a piece of meat. You're lower than a piece of meat. Dr. Shiva ain't going to tell you how evil that is. He's probably not going to tell you that people today have allergic reactions to cannabis. They never used to have allergic cannabis reactions in the past. And he won't tell you why. I'm sure of it. It's because of the way that it's grown. All these chemical additives, all this toxic stuff that they keep pouring in the dirt. Oh, that's probably another thing Dr. Shiva's not going to tell you is the hemp, sister of cannabis, how it's a reclamator. It reclaims the land. It pulls the toxins out of the soil, out of the dirt, making it healthy and clean. My goodness. I could go on and on, I think, but I think I've said enough. So, people, put a message. Hey, Josh, good to see you, bro. Let's see. That's so gross. So just do the RSO, swish and avoid teeth plaques in your heart, huh? Yes. Well, it's when you have a dead tooth that those oral plaques get sent into your lymphatic system and then work their way into your heart. It's Dr. Levy explains that it's the cause of the majority of breast cancer. Toxic teeth. Every root canal tooth, every dead tooth is a toxic tooth. Every one of them. Dr. Thomas Levy will also explain to you that your toxic teeth can be the cause of virtually any inflammatory disease. And I'm near completely recovered from 30 chronic conditions from my toxic teeth. I know, Ethan, you used to say 27. Yeah, well, I figured out it's 30. It's at least 30 chronic conditions that I lived with. And one of my favorite ones was migraine headaches, like once a week. Absolutely debilitating migraine headaches, just knocked me on my ass. I mean, I was worthless. I was worse than worthless. I was a problem. I was a problem for myself, and I was a problem for anybody who was around me. Oh, when that happened, when you're on the road, driving down the road, and all of a sudden you get hit with one of those, my God. And of course, if you want to pull over, the cop's just going to come over and want to haul your ass off to jail, right? Mr. Protect and Serve. So are you going to pull over? No, you're going to get home. That's what you're going to do. Once a week, on average, for 30 years, migraine headaches. That was just one of the 30 chronic conditions that my toxic teeth caused me. So, Mr. Systems Man, you let it rip, bro. You ain't pro. You ain't con. You're going to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. You are a truth, health, freedom fighter. Oh, I love it. But you're fighting me, aren't you? You're fighting me to not hear a word I say. You're fighting me to not tell the story, the true truth about cannabis and all of the systems that it has affected. But I will. And I don't charge to tell the people. I don't. But you go ahead, buddy. You collect your $10, your $100, whatever it is, for every one of them suckers that comes along your way for your bullshit. Anyways, everybody listening to this video, go find Dr. Shiva on YouTube. Just search him out, Dr. Shiva on YouTube, and look at any one of his videos. He's got at least 3 of them out now, and he's getting ready to do another one. Get in the comments and start ripping him up. Why? For love, for your freedom, for your health. Do it for you. Do it for your family. Do it for your friends. Do it for the one I am. All right, everybody. I'm going to sign off here. I love you all. Own your authority. Don't be fooled by Mr. Systems Man. He'll system you straight into hell.